Previously, it was not allowed to use. It was not allowed to use swept disk solid geometry. Now you are allowed to use it, but we're not requiring it for anything. So it's just it's not forbidden to assign it to an element as it previously was.
I think you could use it for other, I mean, even pipes. If I remember correctly, yes. You can also specify both an outer and an inner radius, for example. So a simple way to do stuff like that.
So that was one change, which is basically just expanding the allowed geometries. The second thing was that Sergey has made quite a cool extension checking I believe the topological consistency of BREP. Sergey, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it checks for the edges that they are not that no edge is referenced twice. What that means is that when you have a BREP, all of the normals of the faces have to face outwards, because that's sort of important for, first of all, evaluating volumes. It's important for any kind of analysis on BREPs or faces, and it's also important for having the outside of the faces facing outwards, because if you put on some sort of a texture, of course, it's going to put it on the right side. That's very important because otherwise it's computationally much more burdening if you don't have consistent orientation. And it also shows up in many viewers wrongly.
Yeah, rendering doesn't happen properly if the faces are not oriented properly.
Yeah, we got that actually thanks to our partners in Trafikverket. They gave us a great file to test this on. It was half of the geometry wasn't showing up, so it was a great exercise. And yeah.
Or it'll show up dark when they're facing the wrong way.
Yes.
Yep. Hi, Lee.
How are you? Yep, thanks for putting that in. People keep asking about that because we get so many examples from other software where the bloody things are not oriented, and as you say, then it throws the volumes out. It doesn't look nice.
Yep.
It doesn't exactly look at all.
So at least then you can say, "Hey, this fails, guys. Go and fix. Not our problem." That's the problem. Sometimes, yeah, because that's first we know, well, is it our problem or not? It's hard to
No, it's not. It's actually
well, no, with some other people's
right.
packages, and it takes ages to sit through and go through all the data just to see, well, are we right or not? So a checker like that, I have been asked about, so that'd be fantastic.
We also implemented a fix, so if you get files like that, it's we reorient them. We did this for Trafikverket also, so it's not just a checker; it's also a fixer.
A fixer.
Yeah, but the one online only checks, only completes.
Yeah,
it fixes.
Yeah, don't expect re-serialization from that one. Yes, that one's good. Just gonna tell you, you got a problem.
Yeah, because we don't like fixing people's geometry because you never know if you fix it and you have done something wrong. Then
that's a great point, which is actually really strongly nested in the reference view. Whatever you get, you're not supposed to change, right? If the data is wrong, of course you can double check and correct it by yourself, but you cannot say that now this is my responsibility from now on because I fixed it. The person on the other side actually has to fix it and say, now the data is okay. I mean, you can help, of course, and you can cross-check and double-check and say this is still wrong or something like that. But you're completely right. Fixing IFC files from the reference view or the coordination view shouldn't be done on the receiving end ever.
It's hard to teach our customers that. Often we have to fix it because they can't. The other software can't do it, but it's like, oh.
It has to be clearly said.
Yes.
Actually, let me give you one more information on this. I was talking to Peter Bonsma that we could at least internally set up sort of a many checks of files, and we then compare between the toolkits. I mean, it's sort of what validation services is doing, but validation services only has a limited scope, and the toolkits have a much broader scope, so that we could at least arbiter between files if you get I mean arbiter between toolkits what's correct and what's not, because one really cool thing about IFC is that it has to write the preprocessor in the file, so you have all the necessary metadata that tells you who generated the file, and then you can nail down the error, whether it was preprocessor or it was the application generating it. So it's really a nice thing. So we could set up and something like this probably. But yeah, it's currently November, which is fair month, and there's not a lot of time at the moment. But December is looking good.
Okay. Well, thanks for this updates indeed. Should we maybe then just ask to start with Adam or Lee, whether you had any comments, any questions that you'd like to bring up?
Oh, not really. I'm still just working away, fixing up my example that's been sitting there for a while. I've just been trying to get the P sets and quantity sets to work in general, and I've been having a bit of trouble with that, but I think I've more or less got the hang of it now, and I can start adding stuff and fixing up all the spatial structure to meet the Sprint 3 specifications for at least what we've got there.
Good. Okay, thank you. These are likewise, any comments, any questions on your part?
No,
not
I'm sorry. Thought that was me. I was going to say I'm with Adam.
Yeah, no worries. I was looking to this Git repo and not really fresh new files in the repo to test if I read the status correctly. So
looking at what the others have produced, you have access to what the other partners produce, right? You know where to pick those files up.
Yeah, I think it's this IfcTunnel deploy. Oh no, sorry, this is the. Well, the deployment, is this the correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
but I would say that we have a backlog of pull requests that needs to be either fixed or checked again. So in the main branch, it will be filled with more stuff, hopefully soon.
Can you maybe just share your screen, Lars, and show Visa where the files from the other partners are hosted?
Yeah, I can see 22 pull requests actually. So
yeah.
Yes, and you have files.
Yeah, so I mean, all the merged files you can find here under files, and one folder for each of the participants, and you have this project team folder. That's our the example files that we created ourselves. But there, I should warn you, it's me mainly that have created those files. So the geometry is not sort of real. I'm more focused on the structure of the file rather than having sort of elaborate geometry dealing with real stuff, right? So
yeah, so there should be more once we are merging the.
Yeah, and so for example, there are once we can get. I mean, there are quite a few, and for example, this one from Ivar, for example, I think there is an image somewhere, or was that somewhere else? Maybe. Anyway, he created an excavation body with sectioned solids and so on. So there will be more interesting examples in there, hopefully soon.
At least you know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I now found it when I remember there was like a lot of these pull requests going on. So that's okay. I will look into those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lee, I did cut you off. Sorry.
No. When you said Visa, I thought it was Lee, but so I had nothing. I was seeing what Adam did. Over.
Okay. Anything else that we would like, as a team, would like to bring to our partners' attention?
Yeah. Not regarding example files, I think. Hopefully, Stefan will manage to get the new checker wrestle down GitHub eventually. Otherwise, it's a lot of work with property sets at the moment, trying to get those into the specification. And I've seen Sergey reviewing.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's the last parts, right? I mean, many parts,
yeah.
but it's these are the last parts on the excavation support side of things and systems side of things. Yeah. Geotech's property sets. Please.
One thing I just remembered regarding PSETs. At the moment, it's relatively, let's say, easy to check for properties, but I found a bug in the verification. So it might be that you don't get all of the errors back. That part I still have to test a bit. So I would, once I have that nailed and I'm satisfied with how it works, it would probably make sense that all of the property files are rechecked, or all of the files actually rechecked, because currently the problem was that I was creating a map of property values, and if two values were the same, I might miss some entities that have the same error. So I changed it up, and it probably would make sense that we recheck everything once that is sufficiently done. But that's going to take probably a while, because I need to get some, or maybe I can do it offline on the files and use those files as input just to test. That probably makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay. I'm sure this is clear in your mind.
Yes,
that part is good.
Michelle. So if you have any questions regarding that, let me know. But the problem, like I said, is that what currently happens is that if two properties have the same value, it's not reported on every entity that has that value, which means that you could miss a particular entity that has the same problem. And I fixed this locally, and I have to test a bit, and I'm going to test on the existing files. It finds all the errors, but it just reports incorrectly. That's the thing.
Okay. understand. Okay, thanks. Anything else before we adjourn? No. Okay. Well, in that case, that'd be all for this one call. Looking forward to speaking to you either next week or by the end of play today at 6 p.m. for the ones who would like to join. We thank you for your time and for your commitment to the project. You have a good day. Good evening.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.